Hey guys, you're watching Austin Underground. I'm Belicia and I'm here with...
Robert Delong, what's up?
Yeah, well, check out those cool face paintings. Who did those for you?
My beautiful girlfriend, she's out there with the face painting team, face painting EdgeFest.
Is she the one with the orange X on her face?
I don't think she has an orange X on her face, but I'm sure one of her crew does. So yeah.
I saw like people running around. I wanted to get one done, but I thought I'll wait until after. So you've been going around a lot of festivals. You were everywhere during South by Southwest. I heard your name everywhere, and then you went to where'd you go before this?
We were just in Tulsa actually right before this yesterday, and before that Arkansas, and before that some other place. And we've been keeping busy, driving around a lot.
Yeah, I hear your name everywhere. But if it was up to you, what would be your ideal festival lineup?
My ideal festival lineup, it would be like a bunch of weird German techno and stuff, like Lucy, and it would like segue nicely into Radiohead, and then end with I don't know, the Talking Heads, but if we could like somehow revive the Talking Heads in 1982 or whatever.
That sounds like an amazing festival. I'd go there. Okay, so you're signed with Glassnote Records, right?
Yep.
So how did you first get contacted by them?
I was doing residencies, so playing once a week at a spot in Los Angeles. And yeah, they're in our rep from the West Coast came out to a show, thought it was cool, and then called up Daniel Glass, owner of Glassnote Records, and he came out to a show I did, the Viper Room, and that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Has it been a sweet ride?
Yeah, it's been wild. Yeah, it's been really intense. A lot of travel, a lot of work, and it's great. I love it.
All right, so you first started with the drums, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, what first drew you to the drums?
My dad was a drummer, so that was kind of how I got into the whole thing. And then, and then I just picked up other instruments we had laying around the house, and I was a computer nerd, so it kind of segued nicely into getting into production and doing what I do now.
Yeah, so you have the face paint, and all your concerts, everybody's just like sporting it. So how did that start with all the color and art?
It really came out of my girlfriend. She and her friends would always like paint up their faces before they went out to like electronic shows and stuff. And so when I started playing shows, they did it there too, and it was like, other people in the audience would be like, hey, I want that. So she'd go grab her paints from the car, and then she realized like it was a thing. It was part of the show, and so yeah, it's kind of persisted because of that.
Very sweet. So you have all these gaming controllers and all these different instruments. Like, can you like list like what you have exactly and like how that happened?
Yeah, totally. I use like a gamepad, so like a game controller. I use a regular old like drum pad. I use a Wii remote. I use a joystick. I have a bunch of knobs and sliders and buttons. I have a big steering wheel. And all these things kind of came out of I was just a nerd hanging out in college in my dorm room, messing around with, I saw that people were hacking these things, and then later when I started performing this stuff about 2 years later, it kind of just kind of naturally became part of the show. And then when people saw the show, they're like, that's crazy and weird. So as time went on, I kind of developed it more.
All right, so when you play video games now, like, do you like in your back of your head, do you hear like the beats or something?
No, I don't really even play video games, but I do. I play a little bit of Tony Hawk here and there, and some Worms Armageddon, usually the video games make sounds for you, so I don't have to worry about it.
So you were in a couple of bands before, like you segued by yourself, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So what like made you, or what like propelled you to go on your own way?
It was just, I was just doing this music on the side, and I didn't want to have another band just because it was a lot of work, organizing schedules, and honestly, it was just fun to be able to work on it on my own. And then I started playing shows, and, just my solo thing, and it became kind of a novelty in a good way, maybe kind of unique and stand out, and so I just kept it up, and here we are.
So what's it like playing by yourself on the stage, like running around with all the instruments, like, do you get in the zone? Is it all habit, or like do you have to like zone into it? What is it like?
It's all, I rehearse a lot, I practice a lot, and it's just I've done it so many times. It's kind of a natural thing now, and anytime you get on stage, it's like very hyper focused, really in the zone. Not really. I don't know. You can't really like that performance moment. It's like you switch into a different person for a little while. It's great.
And can you tell me about your new EP, Long Way Down? Like, what's that all about? The song?
The song is the lead single on the EP, 4-song EP. Came out in November 2014, and I don't know. It's kind of what I think of as kind of leading to the album. it's a little bit different from kind of the earlier stuff I've done before for like Just Movement, my first album, and I feel like this is kind of a nice setting up, my coming album, which will come out hopefully July, August, something like that this year, and which is going to be featuring kind of some different types of songwriting, but yeah, Robert Delong.
Very nice. Okay, so one last question. I remember seeing you did a thing with Jam in the Van.
Oh yeah.
What Lollapalooza, was that in Brazil or?
No, it was Jam in the Van in Venice, California, just
very
down the
nice.
street from me.
I was very confused. Like, I was always interested in that because it looked really cool. You're just like in this little van, so like all the instruments were there. Was the van moving?
No. They're stationary. It was in a parking lot in Venice Beach, and yeah, it was. That was like 2 or 3 years ago now, and that's been like probably the number one cited reason that people come to my concerts, because it's so cool. You kind of like intimately see what I'm doing. It's just dope.
Yeah, well, we thank you for doing this interview with Austin Underground. We thank you guys for watching, and we're excited for the show.
Awesome. Thank you.